welcome to MFL Outdoors. And tonight we're back on the fields. Gonna have a look around, see if there's any foxes about. Gonna get a few rabbits. All the fields have been cut. We've had a slight break in the weather. It's actually not a bad evening tonight, which makes a change, because yesterday it was absolutely hammering down. Tonight I'm using the Browning T-bolt. That's in 22LR. I'm using the CCI Suppressor 45 grain hollow point ammunition. I've got the Hikmicro 4K LRF scope tonight, and I'm using the Pulsar XQ38F thermal spotter. Okay, I'm making my way down to the first field. It's quite a big one, this, so there's a few good places to sit and watch. Having to be a little bit careful because the ground's still really wet in some places. I've got good mud terrain tyres on, but sometimes that's still no good. And with the amount of rain we've had just lately, let's hope we're going to get some good weather. Got one or two rabbits coming out and about here, so we'll see if we get on here. Right, and unload the rifle again. Heading further down. So it's so much better now that the grass has actually been cut. And with all the bad weather we've had, it's been cut late, so I couldn't do these fields. The grass was just way too long. Still a bit light at the moment. There's quite a few of them seem to be hanging back into the burrows. So I think what we'll do, what we normally do, let's wait for darkness to come in. Well, the midges seem to be nibbling tonight, so it's out with the smidge. It's quite good, this stuff. That's the one I always use anyhow. For this shot I'm using no IR whatsoever. And you can see the Alpex still gives a very good image, although the night is lighter than it would be in the winter. I've just used the thermal so I can get the location of that and make my way across to pick it up. I've now switched the IR on for these shots. You can tell because you're now getting a eye shine from the rabbits. I've turned the IR off again and you can see there's no eye shine from the rabbit. There's one trying to hide in the wood. I've just lasered that one. It's at 84 meters. You'll see it to the right top. And that one was at 81 meters. I've just driven across and used the thermal to scan and pick up the rabbits that I just shot. Now I'm just having a look around while I'm there. Ah, and there's a hedgehog making its way towards me. It's nice to see them. This is a melanistic rabbit. People think they come from breeding with captive rabbits, but that's not the case. This is a wild rabbit. Okay, so I just shot that one. As you can see, that's black and brown, and it's got a tiny little bit of white on it. You don't often see them, but they do crop up. I've moved to another spot, used the thermal, and there's another hedgehog. Okay, well, I'm going to stop for a break now. It's about 12 o'clock, and I'm going to have a drink. No food for me though. I'm just ploughing through this one, so I'll have that and try and get some of these insects out the car. Yuck. I've switched over to white hot on the Helion so you can see what that's like. I prefer it in the red mode because it helps to keep your night vision. I also think in the red mode that any heat source stands out a lot more. Here's another hedgehog, and the reason we have them is because we have very few badgers in this area. The badgers just love to eat them. Right, it's now 10 to 2, I think. Yep. It's now 10 to 2, and I haven't seen anything on the fields, no foxes. We're getting a few rabbits though, so I'm going to take them back to the sheds, see how many I've got, and sort them out, and then I'll come back to you. And this is why I use my head torch when opening gates or climbing over them. There. Just scan to the side of me with the thermal, and here we have our fourth hedgehog. I'll see if I can get up close to it. Hello little fella. It's nice to see these about. We'll leave him alone, let him get on his way. Right, there's some insects about tonight. And the way back, actually, I'm just going to check one last field, and then I think we'll head back to the shed and get the rabbits sorted out. Right, I'm just going to pull over here and we'll see if anything's kicking around on these fields. I've switched back over to white hot, and as you can see in these fields there's a lot of livestock, but I'll give it a scan round. You never know, might be a foxy sitting in amongst that lot. And in that field we've got some cattle. And that there on the grass verge is a couple of grey lag geese that some delinquent had driven over, and I've moved them off the road. Well, as you can see, there's a few rabbits on that field, but there's no Mr. Fox, and I've got enough rabbits for tonight. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to head along to the shed now. Right, and that's 15 tonight, as you can see there, and the black one on the end. Okay, well, I'm on my way back home. It's now 2:30 in the morning. We've got 15 rabbits, no foxes about though, which is not a bad thing. We saw a few hedgehogs. So all that's left for me to say is thanks very much for joining me on this one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, bye for now.